Good afternoon, I'm Mary Glass, president of the Manatee Education Foundation, and we're here at the gorgeous Longboat Key Resort for the 22nd Phil Galvano Classic in honor of Senator Bill Galvano's father. And this has been an incredible, we're on day 2 now, and it's just fabulous. We have a full court out there of 144 players on a beautiful day here in sunny Sarasota, Bradenton area. And what's really great is we have all kinds of wonderful things out on the hole. But what's really spectacular is the caliber, the number of people that have come in from around the state. Really, a lot of our legislature is here. And what's exciting about that is that we've got major corporations from around the country, not just the state, but from around the country. They're all here to pay tribute to not only Bill's dad, but for Senator Bill Galvano, who is the incoming designated Senate president. So we're excited about that. The funds raised here today, it's so exciting. We'll go back into the classrooms, and also for a lot of programs and needs that the tax dollars cannot support. So we want to thank everyone for this incredible event, and we're so excited to have everyone here today, and we look forward to another great year.
There's no more fitting charity for my father and my family than one based in education and providing opportunities for young children. The mini grants, the scholarships, so to speak, that get funded by these dollars make a real difference. For example, a group was able to go to the Odyssey of the Mind in Washington, D.C. Students get supplies that they wouldn't otherwise get. They can see operas and do many things that are not in the regular curriculum. And remember, these funds have one condition, that they can't go where tax dollars go. So this truly does supplement education when we have these dollars going into the classroom. The tournament is actually a memorial classic honoring the memory of my late father, Phil Galvano. And it started after his death in 1996. And so I was there right from the beginning. The family was there. My brother Peter actually was the one who started the tournament that year. And then the Education Foundation said, we'd like to partner with you and have this tournament and have the proceeds go to benefit the foundation and, in essence, the classrooms and students and teachers that have benefited now for over 2 decades. I'm very, very honored to have a large number of my colleagues from the Florida Senate. We have folks from South Florida, big Miami contingency here, a Jacksonville contingency. We have folks from the Panhandle. Really, we have one group is from Manhattan that comes every year. Really enjoys doing it, and everybody's been so supportive. Such great partners. Dan Marino has he's made this an annual trip, and I'm just very, very pleased and honored that they would do this in memory of my father, and certainly for a good cause.
The Education Foundation is such an important component to the education system, the public education system that we have. It really has done a great job of enhancing those opportunities in the classrooms, which is what's so important that we need so much to educate our children. And Bill Galvano and the Galvano family lending its name and its efforts to this have really just made it explode into the event that it is today.
But what a great event, what a beautiful venue, and everybody has a lot of fun, and it goes so far in education purposes for good causes, so I'm happy to be here.
The Pirates have been part of the Education Foundation for a little over 25 years. We want to make sure that the teachers have all the tools they need to educate our children in the community. On top of the teacher grants, we adopt a school, and the Adopt a School program, there's 6 schools that the Pirates and Mosaic adopt throughout our community in Manatee County, in addition to the teacher grants. So it's very important that we're able to provide not only the school but the teachers their tools that they need to educate our children.
This is, at the end of the day, about the kids of Manatee County, making sure that all of those involved in the education system here in this community have all the resources that they need to be successful. And it's also a tribute to not only Bill, but his father, Phil, who at his heart was a teacher and taught a lot of golfers to be the best that they could be. So I think it's pretty appropriate. I think it's very appropriate that Bill and his family have chosen education as the benefactor or the beneficiary of the proceeds that are raised here, because Phil was a teacher at heart.
Well, I think it's very important. There's funding for education that comes through local and state dollars, but at the end of the day, there's only so many dollars that come in. So dollars like this that are raised in events like this that augment budgets and augment teachers' abilities to provide for their classroom, I think goes a great long way. And I would say, I don't know for sure, but around the state, I would say this is probably, Bill Galvano's tournament is probably the one that raises more money than any other community for education.
Well, I think making sure that we ensure quality education. That is the key component. If we're going to grow as a community, we're going to be able to grow as a city. Having great schools is the most important thing we can have, and the school foundation being able to add that into the additions that it gives to the classrooms is just super important to give those teachers the tools they need to educate our folks the right way.
It's incredibly important. Obviously, we can't have teachers coming out of pocket for these important needs of our students, and the way the Education Foundation steps up and allows those important resources for our very favorite teachers is absolutely incredible, and something that is so important to the students of Manatee County.
Phil Galvano golf tournament has just exploded. over the last several years, and it's just such a beautiful day to be a part of it today, and hopefully have a successful tournament today.
For many years. I think when I started practicing law back in 2001, Bill Galvano invited me, and I've been playing this tournament since then, for the most part. It's a wonderful tournament for a great cause, beautiful day, so hopefully we'll raise a lot of money for Manatee education.
Well, I think everybody loves this area. I mean, just look around, look at the weather, and the course is beautiful, but it also reassures me that people still prioritize education, and they prioritize children, and they prioritize community. So it's come a long way. It really has, in terms of the participation from other areas of the state. We have people from out of state. It's an event that people talk about all year long, and really has become a true destination golf tournament for so many people.
We have senators and representatives here from the Panhandle to the Keys. All over the state of Florida. They've gathered here in Manatee County to celebrate and enjoy this time with Bill Galvano, who's a dear friend of many of us. Many of us, and myself included, got into public service because we wanted to make sure that Florida has the best education system in the world, not just the country, but the world. And we've made so many strides, and part of making sure that the education system in Florida has all the resources it needs are these foundations. There's not foundations just in Manatee County. There's a foundation in every county across the state of Florida. So all of us support each other's regions of the state in making sure that our foundations have the resources they need to be successful.
Well, I think he has great respect around the state. Of course, he's a great friend of ours and to this community. So you look at people from different companies, senators, representatives from around the state, friends from around the state. Everybody loves Bill Galvano, and it's so easy to support him, but it's also very easy to support such a great cause. Well, it's a great thing to get behind. It's a great thing to give money to because it's going for good causes. I mean, I see friends from Tallahassee. I see friends from Miami. I see friends from out West Florida. So anything that you can do to help support education, not just here, but in your community, is a big thing.
Well, we love coming out here because, again, there's such high intensity of fun out here. Being out at Longboat Key just sort of enhances. It's a beautiful location. It's a beautiful day with the breeze and the sun. I think it's just every year coming out, and we were talking about our group a little earlier of whether this is vacation day or this is work day. We consider it a work day because it's all in benefit of the Education Foundation, but it's a lot of fun. And as a community, we love when outside money comes into our community that can enhance our localness, and so we embrace that, and we're glad that we do have local people here that are here 365 a year, but having those outside dollars come in just is another tranche that allows us to do more in the community. we feel that it's an obligation to give back to the community. And one of the best places to do it is because everything in a community, its strength is through its education, both its public school and its secondary and post-secondary education. We have a number of great universities and colleges in our community, but we've got to start early to get them to that point. So this is why this is so important, because if you can reach the kids early, it allows all those other organizations and universities to benefit in the future.
The Pirates are celebrating 50 years in Bradenton and Manatee County this year, and we live, eat, and play and work here in this community, and education is very near and dear to my heart and the Pirate organization. It's about the kids. It's about the community, and we want to make sure that education is a top priority for us. So those individuals graduate from our high schools in this community, come back and work in this community. Without education in our community is not going to thrive. And if you live and work in our community, then I feel it's almost an obligation to be a part of the school foundation and get involved and give back to our community. The Education Foundation does great work with our schools and our teachers in the community, and I think it's a valuable organization to be a part of.
Well, just having the community behind it. I mean, our school system is about our community. It is those people who step up every given day to ensure the success of the community, to ensure the success of the schools. They've just got to be a part of it. We don't get the opportunity or option of not being part of the school system, so it's very important for us to.
Well, Mary's a rock star, and I would say she's a rock star because she's the daughter of a rock star. Pat Glass, her mom, did so much for this community, and Mary has just kind of picked up the mantle and actually worked alongside of her when Pat was so involved. But now that Pat's enjoying some time away from it all, Mary's definitely carrying the torch for her. But Mary is just committed to and passionate about education, and her work and her efforts and her energy in this arena is just invaluable.
It's been extraordinary, and to their board, to everyone involved in the organization, to support public education in Manatee County is so important, and the role that Senator Galvano has had in that has been absolutely incredible for our region and for our county, and I'm just so proud of everyone that's been involved. I'm just so proud. I'm so proud of Senator Galvano. I'm so proud of our community. I'm a product of the Manatee County education system. I went to Manatee High School. I was actually the student body president. So seeing stuff like this just makes my heart warm, and congratulations to all those involved. Well, to those that have donated, thank you. Thank you for all your support. And to those that are thinking about it, please step up and support an amazing cause. It's really needed in our community, and thank you very much for your consideration. And God bless. Well, I have a bunch of new friends that I haven't met before, so hopefully it's some great guys that frankly can putt a little bit better than I can.
What I see in the immediate horizon is a lot more time with my friends like you, Charles, and my wife and my family. Hopefully we can travel a little bit, spend a little more time at my business, who I had to reintroduce myself to. But, we'll see what doors open up down the road. But right now I'm candidly just looking forward to some downtime and being able to spend time at home with my friends and family. Well, I really appreciate it. It's a team effort, and we've worked together as a team. And with Bill Galvano being the head guy in the Senate, the president, I don't think there'll be any lack of interest in our community. He's a sycophant. I mean, I don't know how to explain him other than he's a wonderful guy and probably one of the best friends you or I could ever have.